Yo, what's good, people? Happy Friday. We got Nelson Lanuli here with us. We're about to plug away at another day on the 90-day live challenge. Nelson, how you doing this morning?
Doing good, my man. Doing good, brother. Any day that we're above ground and we have our families safe and sound, then we are doing good.
That is facts, brother. I'm happy to hear it, my man. All right. We got some people to call this morning. I've had a pretty busy morning, just kind of paying attention to a whole bunch of different deals, trying to make some shit happen.
Did you get the contract for yesterday with that guy?
Bro, I did not.
What happened?
We read through the agreement, and he started tripping on the fact that we could list the property.
Yeah.
And so I tried to explain my way around that, and he just kept saying, he's like, I feel like people have been saying this. This is not the first seller
I
essentially.
don't ever put that in my contract until, like, if it is, I'll go back and add it or something if it's a play that we're going to take. So I never have it in there on the upfront just because it can cause that barrier or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe that's something because
Uh,
that seems like lately the last couple of conversations that have been had, that's kind of been like a barrier.
for sure. And the sellers are like, yo, you know what, Jordan? I've never talked to anybody like you. This guy said this yesterday. He's like, I really like you, bro. Um, he's like, he kept saying, I'm gonna fly out there. We're gonna shake hands. We're gonna go get something to eat. And I was like, all right, brother. Well, if you like me so much, put a little bit of faith in me and let's get this moving. And he goes, I'll tell you what. If you buy it, I'll do it. And I said, man, I hear that, but like, why? If what's your end goal? Your end goal isn't to sell to Jordan. Your end goal is to get paid, and I can get you paid. I just got partners in the area, and so yeah, he got hung up on it. We ended the call initially, and then I called him back a little later in the day and tried to convince him. I'm trying to decide whether or not I call him again today. I mean, what's the worst that he can say? No, or don't
Yeah,
call. You know what I mean? So
he's already said the worst, so you just have to follow up on it. Yeah, maybe there's a world that you live in where you have two contracts and one of them has that in there and one of them doesn't have it in there. Um, and maybe that's the way that we live too, and the way and not in a deception way too. When I would do those, the way that I would sometimes explain it is say that, hey, sometimes we work with our buyers who work with folks who are looking to buy a home and they're ready to go already, and so it's not that we're exposing it to the market, but we work with people who are looking for a family that may be ready to move into the property, right? So we want to have the option to show it to some of our team members who work with people who are looking to move into a property now. And by us being able to work, have this in our paperwork, right? If that team member says, "Hey, I've got a family that needs to look at this," they want to be able to look at the property. They need to be able to see it, and they need to be able to have access to. Doesn't mean we're going to put it on the market, but if we need to show them everything that's going on with the problem, like in Texas, we have a trek. So if we need to be able to show them and their agent everything that's going through the property, we need to be able to have access to do that. So and I have had that happen. I literally made I did a home where I well and I ended up buying it, but we had access to show them, right? So I actually was in a very small town. I bought this home from this family that I had gotten the lead in, and it was worth the home's worth like 120, and it had problems. They didn't live there anymore. Blah blah blah. I picked up the home for like 45.
damn,
Um, but before and then I sold it to that family for one. I think I gave him a discount, so I sold it to him for like 107 or something like that. So it was a really good deal. But the way that I got it done was the agent was like, "Look, this family's selling this house, and if they're gonna buy your home, like they need to check it. They need to be able to look at this home and know because once they sell their home, they're gonna be in a hotel waiting to close with you. So do you have this home?" And so I was like, "Well, look, I gotta get you over there." She's like, "Well, I need to see your paperwork to see how you're involved with the home because I was in a town where there's 800 people, so they don't know wholesaling, they don't know anything, right?"
right?
So that's what I mean. That's for me. That's how I've seen it work. Where it's like, look, I need to have this paperwork in case we need to work with someone else who's got a home that's their buyers are not our investor buyers. They're a family that's ready to move in. We need to be able to show them everything. And I closed on that house on Monday for 45 grand. I took the money out of my pocket, closed on it, sold it to them on Friday for 107, 110 or something like that. And I was happy. The family was happy. They got a really good. Actually, the home was worth like 145. I think I just gave them a really good discount on it because I needed. Well, who was I going to argue with in that small ass town? So I just got it off my hands. But for me, that's how I've seen it work. So that's kind of how I explain it sometimes. Long story long.
No, it definitely makes sense, your perspective on it, and yeah, that sounds like a banging ass deal right there.
Oh, that was a good one.
But yeah, I think there's merit to that idea of maybe just having two contracts. And I think the way that the contract is written, it's written that way just so that we can do an ovation if we want to.
Yeah.
But I don't think I needed to do an ovation on this, so I can definitely hear what you're saying. Like, just remove that language, avoid that conversation, and I'd probably get that guy to sign. So I think I'll call him back today and just propose that. Like, listen, I'll take out that language, and
I'll be working, and you know, I'll be purchasing the property. And you look, if you have to double close on it, so that's what it looks like, then you know we keep our word there.
For sure. Yeah, it's always an option. Yeah, we'll hit him back up. We'll try to lock him in. Let's see. What's good?
Let's see.
Happy Friday.
What year do you predict an 8-figure exit with Newly? I can't tell you the year that's going to happen. I don't know what that looks like, but it's something that we're working towards. So I appreciate you having faith. I'm going to clip this because you know what? When it happens, I'll say that you predicted it, and we'll go from there. I appreciate the question.
I think we'll be around 15 to 20K for us, and I think Joey will probably be around like 20 to 30K himself. I know I was just talking to him this morning, and he's got a few deals that are almost disposed. So I think we're on the right track for sure, my brother. Appreciate you tuning in.
What happened to your multifamily? I know you were working on that when you had like the 8 units, or I forgot what it was, like the apartment building or something.
Yeah, the 10 condo units in Concord.
Yeah.
My dispo girl's actually texting me about it right now, and I don't know. So we're locked in at 265, I think. Yeah, 2.6500. I have an offer. The highest offer I've gotten was 2.2.
And where you're locked in at what?
2.6.
2.6, and the highest you've gotten is 2.2.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
And there's not a whole lot of traction on it. I think the biggest problem is the HOA. So the owners own 10 units, but they don't own the HOA. They don't own the complex. And every buyer that checks it out says, yeah, I'm interested. Price seems decent. Then they find out there's an HOA involved, and they're like, yeah, that's a deal killer.
Yeah, you probably have to get it a little bit cheaper, I guess, maybe for. I mean, you've got the 2.2, so you got to just figure out how to get us to 2.1.
Yeah. And that's a conversation I'm willing to have for sure. We gotta move on this quickly. So I might pitch that to the seller this weekend and just see how he's feeling about coming down in price. Because I think the buyer pool for something like this is pretty small, and we've been active in the market out there. Obviously, we haven't talked to every single buyer who would be interested in something like this, but we've talked to a lot of them, and we just keep running into the same concern with the HOA really impacting their ability to have the freedom they want as the owner. So.
Oh, I just sent you. Don't just ignore my text, dude. This is supposed to be going to my wife. That's so funny. That's what happens when you use your computer to do your texting as well. All right, there you go. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is you can go back and tell them like, hey, with the HOA and everything that we found out, and what what we're going to be dealing with that as a long term, whatever, we've got the funds to close on it at 2.1, 2.15, whatever the case is. If that's something that you want to do, boom, we can make it happen ASAP.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to my buyer first, I think, today, and just
see if you can get him up a little bit.
Yeah, confirm that he's at 2.2 still. Maybe get him up to like 2.3. See what we can do to work with him on that, and then we'll reach out to the seller and just kind of let him know where we're at. See if we can finesse this a little bit.
Hey man, that's the name of the game. That is the name of the game.
Group a little text. HOAs can eat shit, bro. I hate HOAs.
The HOA has never helped anybody close a deal. Let's just put it that way. I'm telling you, dude, I did my last one of my last. Well, I think it was probably my last. I don't know. One of my last flips was in St. Louis, and it was a condo that I got in a damn HOA, brother. That took that we left that deal negative. Won't be doing any more condos on my way.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I I'm right there with you, bro. HOAs have been nothing but a headache and hard to deal with.
Twan Slice, send me a DM if you're serious, and we'll go from there. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
All right, let me see what I've got in the cut here that I can slide over your way for today so we can get this party started. They're watching us just catch up right now, but we got to get on the phone here and make something happen. So let me see what I can slide your way.
I got a seller here in my inbox that I want to give a call.
Oh, go for it, brother.
San Antonio, they're asking 130. I think ARV is like 210. And I think
You just got to send that contract over. Oh, my bad. I'll tell you what, bro. Watching Jordan work, you gonna get your smiles in. You gotta get them in. Let's see. There, you said ARV is 210.
Yeah.
And they're at 130.
Yeah, I don't know how much work it needs though. I'm anticipating like a mid-level rehab, maybe like 30K, 35K.
Yeah.
I think I could sell it. If it does need 30K, I think I could sell it at like 120. So I could do it at like 110, but I'd like to try to anchor around 95, see if I can land somewhere closer to 100 and 105. Then sell it for like 120.
Hey, brother. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Indeed, my brother. Alright, we'll give him a call real quick, see what he's
Let me
talking about.
do this real quick because I can't.
Give you some time to do your thing.
Yes, sir. Guys, if anybody, let me see where are we at? All right, Twan Slice, he told me I'd be there. All right, said bet.
First one was that south. Bounce. My phone is blowing up right now. Alright, let's see this.
here and see what we got. We got us a Cleveland, Ohio. Chris Davis. See if I can drop in the private chat for you. I don't know if everything will come through, but we'll see.
I appreciate you.
All right, I just dropped in there. I don't know. Again, this is yesterday conversations. I don't know how. Spoke with grandparents. All right, I'll drop 2 of them in there for you so you can have you some work to do.
Appreciate it. Let me get this guy added.
Ooh.
Mr. Chris. Oh, hold on. Can I just copy that, please?
Did I miss a message from you? See, Alejandro Zapata, when did you start the journey and are you all of the leads from Newly? Yes, so I started wholesaling in 2018 and all the leads we are using are from Newly. That's where all of our conversations are coming from.
Newly the plug.
Plugged up. He said, I bought 5 million YouTube views. Here's what happened.
You can buy 5 million YouTube views?
Yeah, you know, I was looking at one of these pages I'm on YouTube, and it's just one of the videos on their promo screen. I've been watching all these body cam footage lately, so every once in a while something sneaks in. Let's see. No, like the road to 250, when did you start? Oh, we started this May 1st. Alejandro. So we started May 1st. We are officially on day 30. That's obviously not like including Saturdays or Sundays, but yeah, we started May 1st.
Let's give this guy a call, see what he's talking about.
Oh, boy.
And remember to copy and paste these notes in the CRM.
All right, here we go. Phone ringing, fellas. Let's see what we get.
Hey, is this Chris?
One moment, please.
Okay.
How can I help you?
Hey, Chris. Chris, this is Jordan. I'm reaching out about your property on Baltic Road out there in Cleveland.
Yes.
You spoke with somebody from my team yesterday, expressing your interest in selling that property, and I was just giving you a call today to see if that's still the case.
Well, what would make it change from yesterday to today, other than you giving me an offer that I'm not willing to sell it at?
You could have entered into a contract with somebody last night. It's happened before.
I guess not.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Um, how much are you looking to get for the property, Chris?
You know what? I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but I had said, you guys contacted me. I'm offended that you keep wanting to know how much I want. I want as much as you're willing to pay to provide me your highest and best, subject to an inspection, and go from there. And if you lowball me and it's insulting, I'll just say no.
All right. No, that's fair. I can work
Is
with
that
that.
reasonable? I mean,
Yeah.
I understand what you're trying to do, but I'm not a moron, and part of what I do for a living is land and
Mhm.
properties.
Yeah.
So, I'm getting at an age that I'd like to sell these properties, but I'm not giving them away.
Sure.
I got here a guy from another organization offered me $70,000 on a property that 2 weeks later transferred at $170,000.
Gotcha.
So, if you're trying to give me lowballs, don't waste my time.
Yeah. No, Chris, I'm
I
not
mean,
here
I'm
to.
willing to sell the property for a fair value.
Understood. And that's completely fair, Chris. I respect that. And I'm not here to lowball you. And the reason I asked for your asking price just to help me better understand where your head's at. But I have no problem gathering the information that I need to from you and making you my highest and best offer. And then we can.
Now, we've already
go
gathered
from
this
there
information yesterday.
as far as our
Let's
conversation.
see if Jordan will regather this information or maybe take the hint that this guy is not going to be happy with restating this information. What happened?
He just put me on a brief hold, I think.
Now, I think we already got some of this information yesterday, so I'm interested to see where you're going to start.
40 seconds, 2 red lights, and then I have to hang up. Because I'm late.
Okay.
Any other questions you want to ask me? The
Um,
properties are all of our properties are in somewhere between an A minus and an A plus condition. They're not properties that
Guys, and you
buy
see, some people are going to be,
flip.
some people are wanting to sell, but they're on their own worst enemy, or some people are in the business and they want to sell, but they don't want to play the games that they think somebody might be playing. So in this case, you want to figure out, how you can best help this guy.
I don't need you to tell me what I've done. I mean, I know what I've done. And I'm now at my appointment, so this conversation is now coming to an end. So if you want to respond and make an offer, you have my email, correct?
I do have your email, yeah. What time can I give you a call back to give you my offer?
In 1 hour, I'll be available.
Okay, that sounds good, Chris. I appreciate your time. I'll give you a call in an hour. Take care.
Bye.
Well, he was a peach.
Well, the thing is, look, buddy, if you want to sell, I'm not the other guy. You just tell me. I mean, maybe you say you want 200, and I say, hey, I'll give you 200 today, and here's how I'll do it. You don't want it? All right, then good. We're good. I didn't lowball you. I'm giving you what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, guys like that are funny, bro, but let me run numbers on this real quick and come up with an offer so I can give him a call in an hour and just make him an offer.
Just don't let it be 70 grand.
Shit, right? He'd probably lose his mind.
Alejandro, how many leads? Good job, bro. How many leads would you say average until you get a deal? I don't know. How good are you at closing? Yesterday we just posted. Let's see. His name is Tristan. He's on TikTok. He goes live. His name is Tristan, and we posted on our Instagram, and he messaged us and said, "Hey, I just started newly 3 hours ago. Got 3 leads today, and already 1 under contract already." So I don't know. If you're good, it could be sooner rather than later. If you're just starting off, it could take you 50 leads, 80 leads to get 1. It just depends on your skill set, Alejandro. Justin, do you share your contacts? What do you mean? Do you share your contacts? Like, give me a little bit more there, Justin, and I will let you know if we can answer that question. I'll definitely do it. Oh, share our contracts. Yeah. Go in the link in my bio, and there's something on there called the wholesale. It's a free wholesale kit. Go ahead and download that, and all the contracts that we have are in there, and it gives you a lot of information on how to get started. So go get that for free. It's got all our contracts in there. You can do everything you need with those contracts. Use them to make your first 10 grand for sure.
Comp at 330, comp at 283.
I think it's Zillow's got that Baltic sitting at 218. So.
Okay. Average that out real quick. ARV like 300, 305.
What states you wholesale in? So I am a nationwide guy, so all over, wherever the deal is good at. No matter what town, big or small. The numbers are right, we take them all. Let me see where this guy originated from. I want to know if he's our, let's see. What is this? Chris Davis. Chris Davis.
And I think I could probably move this at 190 to 200. Assuming we want to spend 20K on cosmetics. Could probably come up 10K if we drop the rehab cost down to 10K, which is likely because it has a new everything.
Yeah, and there's already a renter in there, so you know you're pretty. If he's renting it at $21.50, so.
I'm going to set 10K on rehab. Yeah, and buyer price, I'm thinking 200,000. Cash off to like 170, 180.
Let's see, Chris Davis, where are you at? Where are you at? See, not on here. Where the hell are these names coming from if they're not on this sheet? That's what I'm saying. Where the hell did this name? Where did the hell this shit come from?
Snuck in.
Well, it's like I moved over information, and then I grabbed the information from one area, and then when I look on here, I'm not seeing. I don't see that information anymore. Like, what the front door is happening here?
What the front door? Following up on this offer. Alright, let's get this other guy added. Hopefully he's in a better mood today than this last guy.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Hey, he has a cool name.
Yeah. I figured you'd like another Jordan.
Uh-huh.
They were up there. You should have gone in. Oh, I didn't even know you'd be here. All right, love you, babe. Thank you. don't even know where the hell these people are fucking coming from, dude. I'm putting all these people on the list, and then the next thing I know, we're calling some other motherfuckers. That's why I gotta get my shit automated a certain type of way too, so I can. I don't know why my guy doesn't have this shit web hooked into a certain thing for me already, but it's all cool. We're gonna get there. Web hooks are our biggest thing. We're hopefully about to have the web hooks on Newly here pretty soon. And then we can just be in people's systems. They don't even have to worry about us anymore.
That'll be a game changer for sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Notes.
Yeah, Jordan's entering in some information right now, and then he is going to be on the phone with the next seller, guys.
Yeah, about 1 minute. I'll give this guy a call. Hopefully we can get through the script with this guy. This one seems more up our alley. Needs some work. Vacant for 7 months. All right, Jordan. Well, let's go, man.
Here we go. All right, we're back on the phone, people. Let's see what we got.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up.
Give it 30 seconds. We'll hit him with the double dial.
Hit him with the double dial. Where did this name come from? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's see, I got one for you, coming for you. It says, I'll drop another one in there. I want to see where we're at right now. Here, let's try this. Here, let's try this. Let's try this other one for you. It should be. This guy's in the middle of renovating this property. I think his numbers are high-ish, but you might be able to get him low. I don't know. I don't know anything until you get on the phone.
Bet that.
All right, there you go. I don't know if that's the correct first name. Hell, I don't know if that's the correct last name, but that's something. Yo, brother, do you have buyers sign NCND before sending dispo packages? Non-disclosures? No, I don't do all that. Guys, I don't do all that. I work with I get on the phone and find the buyer, or I work with the same buyer over and over again.
Hey, is this Jordan?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Jordan. This is Jordan. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
He didn't
Hey,
think the
just
same
reaching out
name
about
was
the
as cool.
property on 169th Ave out there in Renton. You recently spoke with somebody on my team expressing your interest in selling the property, and I was just following up. Banged.
Banged?
That's crazy.
He didn't think you were real with the same name.
He's like, your name ain't Jordan, bro. I'll call him back one more time.
For sure. How do you make sure the buyer is reliable then? JL is asking. Well, you got to vet them, talk to them, ask some questions, and you would know a real buyer from a fake one if they're serious. And again, like I said, working with buyers that you've worked with before, or asking buyers if you have them in that area or know other people in that area, see who they've worked with and talk to them. So, but you'll know a real buyer when you see one. They'll be like, hey, I've got the EMD ready. What title company are you at? I'll send it in. You know, when can we get over there and knock it out? And then, you know, those guys are real. And then there's people who are like, well, let me see it. And how long do you have? You know, they just asking a lot of questions. So you can tell. real from the fake. I'm getting my first deal closed, so I don't really know no one yet. Well, where's your first deal at? Let's see if we know the area. We might be able to put you in touch with a buyer, help you out. Talk to me, N10. Let's see if we can get you a buyer live. I'd love for him to say the right city and be like, oh, I know such and such. Boom.
Oh yeah, for real. If it's in Indy, if it's in
Atlanta?
OKC, or if it's in, it's in ATL.
That's an ATL. You got anybody in ATL?
I don't. I've never done a deal in Atlanta.
Oh yeah. I know some people out there. I know some people out there that could probably help you get rid of it. Got to see if the numbers are good. That's the other thing is you don't want to waste people's time, right? You don't want to hit up a buyer or people you may know and have relationships with, JL, and be like, hey, can you help us move this deal? And the property's worth 200 and you got it at 190, and then everybody just looks dumb, right? So if you've got a good deal, what are the numbers on it?
What's the method with wholesaling in South Carolina? Got a double close on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Bet that.
Yeah, JL, what's the numbers on this thing? What you got it for? What's the ARV?
We're gonna call this Mr. Sven.
See if
And
we
I'll call that guy who just banged on me back.
call it banger.
Call that banger, but then why you hanging up on your boy? We're fellow Jordans. We're supposed to take care of each other, my guy.
So you're asking 290. What do you got it at though? When you're working with other people, you got to be transparent, man, because we're all trying to make money, so we need to know what we can do with it, right? If you've got it, if you're asking 290, but you got it at 250, then we need to know, because if I go to somebody else, we need to know our wiggle room. I don't know where this property's at, so what do you got it for? And you say the ARV is 440. It sounds like you may have somewhat of a deal if it's really 440 and you got it at 290. It shouldn't be that hard to move. You got it at 230, so you're trying to make a banger on them real quick. Yeah, I mean, if those are really the numbers, send me a DM. If those are really the numbers, then we can get rid of it for you. So send me a DM and let's see. Braden laughing. Yeah, Braden, if that's my boy Braden might work in Braden might have some people in ATL who knows somebody. Y'all two can connect.
No, thank you, sir. Sven, just reaching out about your property on Pine Lake Court out there in Spartanburg. You recently spoke to somebody on my team expressing your interest in selling that property, and I was just following up with a call to talk with you more about it. Are you still looking to sell that right now? Okay. What price are you looking to get for that?
As is 220. Otherwise, I've started renovations, and once it's done, it's going to be marketed at 300.
Okay, awesome.
I'm gonna try and get rid of it myself. If not, I'll try and get y'all on it. Hey, there you go, brother. Hey, man. Should be easy. There you go. It should be. So try it out, man. Work it. Work it. Make sure you leave yourself enough time and make it happen, brother. The first deal's the hardest. Then after that, it gets easier.
That would need to be here for this conversation, or is it just you? Okay. Awesome. Just a quick quick rundown of the way my process works, Ben, is I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about the property, and once I have all the info I need, I can get you an offer on this call, and if that number makes sense to you, I can type up a purchase agreement, get it sent to you, we can go over it together, and as long as we're both good with everything in the agreement, we can get it signed and sent over to a title company who will act as a third party between us and protect you as the seller and me as the buyer. And then we'll pick a closing date of your choosing, at which time you can receive the funds from the title company. Does that sound good for you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So what's the story with the property as far as the condition goes? You said you've started renovations. How's that going?
Yeah, I just spent $30,000 on the new kitchen. Those cabinets are getting delivered in the next couple of weeks, and that will include installation. Bathrooms, the master bathroom is completely demolished. The whole bathroom needs to be removed. There's wood rot under the bath shelf that needs to be repaired, and then it needs to be all put back together.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right. How is the condition of the foundation and the overall structure of the property?
Foundation's fine, structure's fine.
Okay. All right. And do you know how old the roof is?
It was put on right before I bought it, so it's right around 20.
All right, so this guy is wanting to. He says he'll list it at 300. He'll sell it for 220 now, as is. We're just getting some information, and we've got to see. Let's see. JL should be easy. How would it work? Do y'all have JVs or what? Yeah, if we JV'd with you, we just do 50-50, man. You got the property, we'll get it sold for you, and then we go from there. So, and always remember this, JL. I know you're probably young. 50%. Call coming. 50% of, let's just say, 100 grand, right, is better than zero of the 100 grand because you can't move it, or the deal falls through, or you don't have enough time, or the seller gets mad because you're taking too long and you don't move it. So always remember, 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. Your first deal, you don't need to get rich. You need to get it to the finish line.
Appreciate all that information, Ben. Just a couple more questions for you. If we could agree on a number today, what time frame are you looking to close in?
I've been getting this mentor question. If you're serious and you really, really want me to mentor you, send me a DM and we'll talk about it and see if that's something that works for both of us. I don't run a mentor program, but I will help serious people. So if you're serious, let me know. You can send me a DM. We could talk price. And if you're not, I'm on the live all the time to help you guys answer any questions you have.
Alright, awesome. Typically we work on a 30 to 60 day timeline as far as getting things wrapped up and closed. So that's probably what I would be shooting for on this one as well, if that works for you.
All right, so Jordan's on the phone working with them. Let's see if we can get this deal done.
Question, because I'm a curious man. I'm just wondering what's the reason you're looking to sell right now and do all the renovations.
Did I lose Jordan? No, there he is.
Okay, I hear you. So you cut out a little bit, but you said it wasn't managed correctly. Was it being managed by a property management company?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, I hear you. Do you have any other?
That's the issue, guys. Sometimes you get a property management company and you think they're going to do everything and you're paying them. And then you come to your property and you're like, what have y'all been doing? They haven't been there in months.
Deal with tenants not taking care of the property, damaging it, leaving it in poor condition. I can understand how much of a headache that is.
I just DM'd you, Brandon. All right, Brandon. We'll chop it up in there and we'll see if there's something that makes sense. If not, like I said, check me out on here. If so, we'll work with you and get you going, brother.
And that's probably my biggest concern, is just making sure we find the right tenants to get in there and pay on time and not destroy everything inside while they're there. So I can totally understand that for sure.
Yeah, it's been long. 7-minute drive, 25-minute drive. Hop in and look at it, or don't do it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, guys, while we're here, what
Thanks for
questions
that.
do you
I
have, man?
appreciate it. All right.
If
Well,
you have a
Sven,
question,
thank
if
you
you have a
for all
property
the
under
information.
contract,
If you'll allow me
like
to
JL
take
did,
5 minutes here, I'm just gonna
if you have a
thank
property under
for
contract and you have a question, if it's something you really need help with, we'll do a call. I'll do it live on this thing right here so everybody can get the information and we'll help you out. If you have a property under contract, you have a real question.
All right. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Thank you, Sven.
What's the guy's name?
His name is Sven.
Sven. Oh, okay, that was his real name. Seems like a reasonable guy.
Yeah, no, he was much more reasonable than the last guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, right? You just got to have enough of these conversations. Somebody's going to be reasonable. All right, he's at 220.
Yeah.
He thinks he's going to list at 300. I've got Zillow saying 244. We got to run some numbers on here and see if this is a real deal here, because at 300, if it's really an ARV at 300, we're not too far off of making something happen, but it sounds like it does need some work.
Yeah. It's partially gutted right now.
All right, let's look at some comps around here. So we're 1,900 square foot, 1953.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we are. All right, I see where we're at. On the map here, we're 1963, any square foot plus or minus 5.
PropStream is not justifying 300. Highest comp I see is 292.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see that 29. It's showing on PropWire we got 292, 150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
And that one was a little bit smaller of a lot too. So, yeah, I don't know if he's, I mean, 300, 292, I think we're in the same area, so let's just call it 290.
Yeah.
But even though with 290 and some work, so 290 times 0.75 minus back out 40, like 170 is where you probably need to be. I don't know how the buyers are, like with investor lip and stuff like that, but how much work do you think it needs?
The kitchen doesn't need any attention, but the bathrooms are demolished. He said there's wood rot under the master tub that needs to be repaired, but foundation and structure is good. The roof probably needs replacing in the next 5 years, but is in good shape, has no leaks, and then everything else is solid. So on a 1,900 square foot property.
Yo, how long have you been doing this, bro? I started in 2018, my man.
I'm probably thinking 40 to 50K to finish everything up.
So sometimes, like what I just did, like so, say you sell it at 290, you walk away with, I just did the number, so 290 times 0.09 is 26. So 290 minus 26 is 264, minus the 50K rehab is 214. So you can even sometimes just justify, if I could get this thing for, you're at 220, if I get it 190, the way that I explained, and I'm talking to you, Jordan, but I'm also talking to people on my live. So the way, some things like that I might do is putting myself in the shoes of the flipper is, guys, if I buy this from you, I got to sell it at 290. It's going to cost me 26 grand after the fees to sell it, and I'm going to put 50 grand into it. So at 214, I'm breaking even. So if I get it from you for 220, I'm already down 5 grand. So, you know, can I make some money in this and not have to stay so close to where I got to be right? You're at 220. For me, I would love to be at 190. That way, if I put everything into it, it's at 50. I sell it for this. I do get my 214. At least I can make a couple dollars, and that's if everything goes right, goes perfect, and we sell it in a timely manner. My holding costs are low. Sometimes explaining it like that to the seller, they understand, like, oh, okay, you're running a business. You've got to make some money. It makes sense, right? Sometimes if we just hit them with the low ball offer, they don't see the big picture that may go into it. So.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Are these projected novations or deals that are assigned? So actually, we got to get an update. I don't know. I think Joey may have assigned a deal. Have you assigned one of these yet?
Not yet.
Not
Working
yet.
on it though. Working with a couple of buyers.
All right. Yeah. So I think Joey has assigned one guy, David Small, and then Jordan's working on getting him out there. So this is a projected projection, and then we'll circle back here as we start to get numbers in and see how much we actually close. It's been 30 days. So I need to see. I know Joey's closed a couple things. I need to see what counts towards the challenge, because I think he said the other day if he counted everything towards the challenge, he would already have closed out like 30. But I think only one of those counts for the challenge, so it might be like 8 or 10 or 15. I got to figure out from him, David. So a couple dollars have come in. We just got to get it all updated. All right, Jordan, my bad for just rambling here. You can run your numbers and see what you come up with for them.
Oh no, you're all good, bro. Just giving out free game to the people. I'm always on board with that. I'm all.
Trying to help people out, man.
So you're saying we gotta basically sell this at like 210, 214?
I would say you probably need to sell it at 200.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And so then the way that I would work it is like if I get it for 190, if I can get them locked in for 190, then hopefully I can assign it for list. I might run it out there for 205.
Yeah.
And then if somebody says, hey, I'll give you 190, because again, not everybody is out there looking to flip a property. You're going to come across people who are going to be buy and hold buyers, and people that are just buying it for portfolios. So not every property is going to be a flip where they need to make 30 or 40 grand. Some are going to be buy and holders. So a guy who's buying and holding, if he can get this for 200 and put 20 into it, because it's a rental property, he's not going to redo the roof for his rental. And then he's going to go and get a loan on it for 290 and back out all of his money, and he's going to walk away with 30 grand in his pocket, and he gets to keep the rental. So we can't always think of just the flipper or the person who needs to make a banger on the deal or whatever. So yeah, I think if somebody can pick this up for 200 grand, 205 grand, that's a buy and hold guy, and they put 20 into it, they'll be happy.
Yeah, agreed. Gotta consider the landlords as well.
David, with having your leads, what is the best method to be the first ones to them? So we upload every day at 8 a.m. Central. So, and you should get an email for that. So once you get the email and you see what we uploaded, just go check us out, brother. Also, too, guys, you got to put yourself in these leads that are out there, just like these talking to this guy. You might be the buyer, right? So now put yourself in the shoes of, if you're the buyer, you just found yourself a rental property that's worth 290. You just got it at 220. If you're the end buyer and you're decent at talking on the phone and you get this thing for 210, you just literally got a $70,000, $80,000 discount on a property.
Hey, Spanish Jordan. Giving you a call back. How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself? I'm good, thank you. Good. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time to look into the numbers here. And I was just checking this out with my team, and I don't think we're too far off, if I'm being honest with you. I'm thinking if we come in mid-project and kind of take over where you've left things, I'm estimating that I'll have to spend maybe around 50K on finishing the renovation in there and getting everything into tough shape. Taking that into consideration, and maybe the 20 to 25,000 in closing and holding costs that I'll have to pay as well. I think I can come in somewhere right around 190,000 cash. Yeah, the what I need to get out of it, I'm pretty firm at 220.
Well, what do you need to get out of it?
And And if I cover all closing costs, and there's no realtor fees or commissions, and the number we agreed to is the number that you walk with after closing, what do you think the best number you can do is?
I'm pretty set on that 220.
Okay.
If you send me something in writing, I'll think it over.
Okay.
So
If I
run
were
through the
to
numbers
sign
with
on,
them.
what
Like,
do you think that number would need to look like for you to consider?
Like I said, I'm pretty set on that 220.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, if I could make it happen at that price, I would love to. I think this sounds like a great property. You've got some good things going on with that new kitchen. But having to fix up the rest of it and then potentially having to replace the roof in the next 5 or so years, those are just costs that I have to take into consideration. And I think at 220, I'm walking into the deal kind of losing money. And I mean, I can't run my business on taking down properties that I'm not gonna make money on. And so I might be able to come up off of that 190 a little bit, but I definitely don't think I'll be up at 220.
Okay, well, send me an email. Do you have my email address?
Let me check real quick. I do not.
all right, he's grabbing his email address, guys, because we, even if we don't get the deal at the first phone call, sometimes you got to let them think about it, go back and renegotiate or redo things, rerun some numbers so you get the email. That way you can send them a contract, stay in touch with them, have another form of connection. So that's what happens,
Thank you.
and we'll have to see. So.
Forward to you. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them to greenlight anything above maybe 200 max. But I'll go to bat for you, see what I can do, and I can shoot you a text and kind of let you know where we settle after our next conversation.
Okay. Yeah, send that over to me. And I'll think it over. And we'll see if we can work something out.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good, Sven. Let me talk to them. I'll reach out to you in a little bit here, and we'll see what we can make happen. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sven. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Interesting. Chat, I usually don't be letting people go like that, but people don't usually say, no, I won't accept your offer, but send me a contract and I'll think about it. It's like, so which is it? Are you going to consider my offer, or are you going to confirm at 220? Because I'm getting mixed signals. Yeah, interesting. Do we send them something at 200?
I think you send him something at 195 and move on.
Just see what he does with it.
Hey, you know what? He ain't gonna spend the money to do the rehabbing.
He probably doesn't want to, for sure.
He probably doesn't want to. And even if he does have 40 or 50 grand sitting around, I mean, I don't know what he owes on the property, if he still has a mortgage on it or anything. I mean, maybe it comes out to be worth it in the end, but it doesn't seem like he was going to.
Yeah, looks like PropStream estimates he owes about 156 on it right now.
Yeah.
So that's still decent. Puts 40K in his pocket. Lets him walk away from the project and back down. We'll do something that Joseph would never allow, but since he's not here and he's liberty, he would give me so much shit. But we'll just send him an agreement at, I say 195. I'll type it up, send it over, and then probably give him a call and just try to run through.
Hey man, you know, send it out, keep it going. That's the game. That's the thing is, it's a numbers game. So. All right, man. Hey, my wife brought me this lunch. I'm gonna hop off here and eat real quick. How much longer are you gonna stay on today?
Yeah, that sounds good. honestly, I was thinking of keeping it pretty short today. I got a lot of other stuff sitting in my inbox on the dispo side that I need to pay attention to, and I don't just want to sit here quietly while I handle all of that. So I think I'm going to try to give this Jordan guy a call real quick. Try to get him back on the phone and see if he'll have a conversation with me, and then I'll probably hop off after that call.
All right, brother. Well, look, you already know, man. We're gonna get us another one. If I get any more to put in private chat, I will. If not, I'll have them for you tomorrow morning. But if you need anything from me, man, just let me know.
Okay, sounds good, my brother. You enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't speak to you today, I appreciate you and all you do. Shout out to Newly, everybody watching. Go sign your ass up and get some leads and make some calls. All right, get yourself some deals.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. All right, man. I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Much love to you.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, guys. We're hopping off ending the stream. If you need anything, shoot me a DM. If you want to learn how to wholesale and get this going, there's a free wholesale